Terry Janor, and we have a beautiful evening for you. I want to say just a couple of words. I want to thank Tricia for all her hard work and working with me. I can always count on Tricia up in Afro-Am to be my buddy in organizing. I love it. So a few things. The work that you're looking at are paintings by Brenda Jones, who is, she teaches in Iowa State, and was brought to our attention by Gary and Carly Tartikoff. Thank you so much. Brenda is African American from Oklahoma, and she's amazing. She was here last week for the opening. Hope you will enjoy the work. You see that things are sectioned off because we want you to please stay away from the work, okay? It gets hard when there are a lot of people in a space and people get happy and start flinging themselves around, you know, so be careful, please. The new Africa House Ensemble, and I heard them playing a few minutes ago, sound incredible. They're going to be playing accompanied by Sonia Sanchez first for about 20 minutes. They will introduce themselves shortly, but I want to say after the band plays, they are going to remove their equipment and their instruments so that the editors can set up here and we'll have a discussion. So there's a 10-minute break after the band plays. During that 10 minutes, if you want to buy books, then you can just step right over here. There are books being sold. Thank you so much. Amherst Books. And they'll also be sold afterwards, at the end of the evening. So, I think that's it. I love you for being here in the snow and the cold. Give yourselves a hand.
Yes.
Could someone adjust that since I'm so tall? I will never ever reach that, even if I want to. If I just push it down myself. Well, see that? I love that technology. That's just mine. That's the type of technology I deal with, right? Thank you. Thank you. Hello, how are you? Good. We really do thank you for coming out in the snow, because I don't think I would have come out in the snow, except that I'm here for a program, right? We're going to do 3 pieces together. The joy is that it's so good always having good musicians, because we haven't rehearsed, so we thank you. You will be involved with the rehearsal and the performance, which I think is really, really, really avant-garde, right? All right. It's like what we used to do in the 60s. When someone said, oh, you're going to read, oh, come on. In fact, Max Roach and Archie Shep, we were all up here together, and we were going to Boston to do, I was doing the reading and they were playing, and Archie said, why don't we do something together, Sonia? And I said, good, when we get there we can rehearse. So Archie said, oh, read a poem. So I started to read this poem. I did 3 lines. He said, I got you. Right. So I said, no, Archie. You know, we have to rehearse. You know, rehearse. I mean, we need to get up there and go in the room and rehearse. I said, I got you, Sonia. And so they sit me out on stage first. And so I go out on stage and start reading. And all of a sudden, I felt something to my right? It was Archie, you know. And he started blowing, well, you cannot continue to read the way you were reading when Archie begins to play. So I changed it, everything, right? And we got into this groove. And then all of a sudden, I can't remember the brother from from conservatory. He started to play the piano, and then you couldn't continue. And Archie changed, so I had to change at the same time. And so we got into a groove. All of a sudden, Max got on last, and he hit, and the whole thing just blew up. But when we finished, it was really very, very good. And big, tall Archie came and picked me up and threw me up in the air and said, I told you we could do it, right? You know, and I said, yes. I wasn't too sure about throwing, you know, one other person used to do that to me when I was a child, and that was the great Joe Jones, Papa Joe Jones, who would come to my father's house in Alabama always for dinner on Sundays. He was in the Army, and my sister and I saw him coming, we'd run. Because the first thing he would do is grab you and throw you up. But he has such fantastic, you know, he has such a fantastic beat that he'd be talking to my dad, he'd throw you up and say that, and catch you at the last minute, right? And he used to chew gum all the time, and when we got ready to eat, he would put it behind his ear. And my sister and I thought that was gross. But we put our gum at the end of the bed at night, you know, right, to rescue it in the morning. So tell me about gross, right?